we were talking about, doing a video on the Viper impact mill. It's got a 2-inch feed chute, so you're going to have to make sure your rock is a little bit smaller than 2 inches. It plugs into just normal 110 3-prong outlet, so you don't have to worry about 220. There's a couple Zert fittings on here you want to lubricate after use, after some heavy use. Also, you'll notice that there's a Lovejoy here. This takes the impact out of the shaft, so if you do bind it up, you're not blowing an expensive motor. What I'm going to do is go ahead and just run some quartz. This quartz came from Arizona. Actually, it was Stanton. I got a gold pan down here. Typically, I just run it into a bucket. Typically, I'd also be doing this outside because it's a little bit dusty when you start. So I don't recommend doing it inside, but it's hot out there. I don't want to be out there today, so I'm going to do it inside. You just got your little bolts here. The other thing you're going to want with you when you start this machine and when you clean it up is just an old paintbrush. It's something you could scrape out the inside with. A lot of people ask me, is the machine loud? The answer is no, it's not very loud at all. We have crushed iron rock with it. It beats around in there quite a bit, makes some noise, but as far as running quartz, it's not too bad. So that's what the machine sounds like. I'm holding my hand on top, so that's not vibrating. You'll see the dust a little bit coming out. I'm going to drop a rock in there, nice piece of quartz here. And like that, here's your powder. And again, that's quartz. We actually got that quartz from Stanton, Arizona. I'm going to go ahead and take the cover off, show you how to clean it real quick, and we'll be done. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and show you how to clean this thing up real quick. It's real easy. You got 4 bolts, 4 washers. I only keep these things a little bit overhand tight, so I can take it apart real easy. I don't care if I'm missing a little bit out of the discharge chute, it's no big deal. Like I said, typically you'd run your hose into a 5-gallon bucket instead of a gold pan. Discharge chute does make it nice because the original design on these, they didn't have one, and you just stuck a gold pan underneath the edge and it actually made quite a mess. Okay, so now you're going to see what makes this machine tick. There's 4 chains in there. Those are going to be your wear items. So if you have a local welding shop or you're at all handy in the shop, you can just weld new chains on there. Like I said before, I just use a little paintbrush here and brush everything down. And I do this in between different rock samples and stuff like that so I don't cross-contaminate. But you just take your gold pan here and just sweep everything out in there. And this one's ran probably, I would say, maybe 30-40 pounds of rock through it. And you can notice on these chains there's very, very minimal wear. So I would say you would be able to use this quite a bit before you'd have to worry about replacing your chain length there. But that's clean out. It's about as simple as I can say it would come. Another use I've used this for is I'll crush my black sand through it. If there's any gold locked up in the black sand, it'll release it. I would have to say most of this would go through a 20 mesh screen without any problem, with some 100 mesh minus powder also involved in that. So that is the Viper impact mill. I would suggest it to anybody. It's a safe machine, and I know the guy who actually builds these, he says if you have a problem with it, he stands behind the product. So that's it. Thanks for watching.